I have got two autistic boys. One is 19-year-old, one is 9-year-old. Every part of their life and their existence and their well-being is affected to some degree. Might be, for instance, with learning. My oldest son did not have learning disability, but my goodness, did he struggle processing what he was being taught and how much more he needed help at home just to understand very simple text or to write a text. My youngest son now, he doesn't read. He's in year 5, but he can't read yet. But he continuously wants to be writing certain words that he sees on his iPad, and the little characters is beautiful. Those beautiful drawings, real little artist. But he would always be asking, which letter is it? Which letter comes next? They have lots of difficulties, lots of gifts as well, I must say. It took many years before he was diagnosed. In fact, it took my youngest son being diagnosed, who was more profoundly autistic with learning disability, for me to go back for about, I think it was 5th time that I went back and said, could you please assess? In all of those times, he was never assessed at first. It was always decided on some conversation or school's report that he was actually not autistic. But age 17, I have got this massive report where they recognized just how autistic he actually is. Well, my hope is always that they can live and be part of this world as much as they can. And there's two components to this. One is their own inhibitions and difficulties, but another one is how welcoming is the world. There is little we can do about their difficulties, and believe me, as parents and lots of professionals, when we work so hard on that, and they do too, but we can't help what's beyond our scope. They're just the way they are. They can't be pushed and asked to change just because there is majority are different. We need to be accepted for what we are. And a neurotypical person never worries much about someone asking them something, or them needing to answer, or them need to ask a shopkeeper something, or ask for a direction, or somebody asking them. Well, to an autistic person, at least I'm talking about two of mine, and maybe my oldest son, who has some communication better than the younger one. This is a major difficulty, communicating, processing what he's just heard. He would, before that person had finished speaking, he would turn to me and look at me, because I'm often there. And that the sentence could have been so simple, like, oh, is this your son? What is your name? But because of his processing and because of his difficulty with social interactions, to him, that's already a major difficulty. And he looks for support. And if support isn't there, he panics and he stays quiet. Or his answer may be something that is not appropriate, like, oh, true. For instance, he might have been asked for his name, but he may just repeat true, because that's what he repeats a lot in his conversation. He would just say true, true, true. Traveling in general for us is really hard. One of the hardest tasks for us as a family. My oldest son has some anxieties, and they do involve travel, and obviously social situations, and traveling is a social situation. My youngest son, more profoundly affected by autism, you really need very stable, very strong hand, arm, and very stable nerves to go on a journey with him. At any point in any of our journey, be it at the tram stop or a train stop, or that was the only journey we took on a train, he would want to leave. And he wouldn't be telling us, I need to leave, or he would be trying to physically leave. And he would become distressed. And that's when it becomes really difficult, because you are on a train, you are on a tram, you are on a bus, there are people there. there are lots of people there, and my little boy is very loud. Even without being distressed, he talks to himself a lot and makes noises. And then I have 2 teenagers, and they are obviously self-conscious if I'm with them. If I'm alone, I would not easily undertake such a journey. With both of my sons, if there is one thing I've always found helps them, is much in advance of these big events, which are hard for them happening, there needs to be a visual, a social story where they can see from the comfort of their room, that they can see it first. That has always helped, without any doubt. When they can see it, and we can sit there comfortably, and they can just ask me without pressure of the noise outside or me already in that situation. More people approach us and treat us like we are just like other passengers, but also maybe if they offer us little bit support, it could be just a word, it could be, direction, because when I'm with both of my children, or even just one, all I can think of is I must not lose them. They must be. Where are they? And they obviously have their own anxieties and what they deal with. So any help from a passenger, even just saying, "Oh, are you going to number 5 platform? It's this way." What an enormous help! Or just saying hello. Say hello to us, because I'm already self-conscious. I know what my situation is, and unpredictability of it is another, anything can happen at any point. My oldest son could just get frozen and can't move because of his anxiety. The little ones may start running, then, I need to be aware. But any friendly gesture, any friendly word, believe me, it's so welcome. And more we are kind of acknowledged and not shunned and not treated any differently, the better for us, because more we feel ourselves confident, well, I am okay here. It's okay that I'm here. It's okay that my children are doing what they're doing, because other people understand. They are not judging me. They're not trying to prevent me and hoping that I was never here. So more we have of that, the better.